This is that winter storm. If you're not watching this live or if you're catching this like a month from now or something, you see it posted. This is that winter storm that everybody has been preparing for. It's 9 degrees outside, and I literally just walked back in my house because my oldest two children had band practice this morning. So I had to get up and get them out there. And I wanted to come in and do this video before I get into my Sabbath service, which is in about 45 minutes. And I got some more scripture to read before I get to that. So I just wanted to pop in here and give you this word. So I'm going to read it out of my physical Bible. I have like two of my physical Bibles here. This is my original Bible. This is a NIV translation. This is the Bible that I read cover to cover. And this is my message translation. And that is the one that I'm working on reading cover to cover right now. So if I wasn't confident in the word of the Lord, I don't know if I'd be here right now because I'm cold. So I got my hoodie on. I'm tired, so I still got like um my sleep eye mask. As soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna take a quick little cat nap. Um, and I'm just being real transparent with y'all. If y'all know me in real life, you know transparency is a thing that I use to let people know that it's okay to build your faith. God knows you anyway, so it's not like you can hide anything from Him. So here we are. All right, we're gonna get straight into this word, and I'm gonna let you know something about it. This is Matthew chapter 12. I wanted to read 36 and 37, but in the message translation, if you know anything about the message translation, you know that it'll couple verses together to break it down and tell you what it means. So in the message translation, which is where I'm going to start, it's actually Matthew 12, verse 34 through 37 is coupled together. Yes. And so I'm going to read that. And I'm going to give you the title because, different passages of scripture um, have different titles. And in the message translation, this is called No Neutral Ground. No neutral ground. If you don't know what it means to have no neutral ground, that means that you're either with me or against me. There's no in between. You're either for me or you're not for me. There's no in between. Either I said it or I didn't say it. There is no in between. So there's no neutral ground. Verse 34 through 37 says, "You have minds like a snake pit. How do you suppose what you say is worth anything when you are so foul minded? It's your heart, not the dictionary, that gives meaning to your words. A good person produces good deeds and words season after season. An evil person is a blight on the orchard." Let me tell you something. Every one of these careless words is going to come back to haunt you. There will be a time of reckoning. Words are powerful. Take them seriously. Words can be your salvation. Words can also be your damnation. This world has manipulated us into saying some of the wildest things. It has made things that do not align with the kingdom be things that we say so regularly. And we don't think anything of them because it's like, oh, everybody says that, you know. But you have to mean what you say and say what you mean. God wastes nothing. He spoke this entire world into existence. Do you think that he's wasting any words? Scripture says in the book of Isaiah that his word does not return to him void and that it will produce everything that it was sent forth to produce. Do you think that he's out here wasting words if he knows that none of his words come back to him void? And if we're made in his image, why are we not doing the same things? That's what I don't understand. We say things like, "Oh, it's killing me." Is it killing you? Because I do not. There was a SNL clip, like just kind of showing like who's hosting, and the somebody was like, "Oh, you're so young." I don't know who the other guy was, but ASAP Rocky was on there, and the first person was like, "Young? I'm not young. I'm 40 years old." And the person says to ASAP like, "Oh, do you believe this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've been dead for years. I'm like 100." And I'm like, "Why would you say that you've been dead for years?" We have to recognize the power of life and death lie in our tongue. What we say matters. When we speak things into existence, there's authority in our voice. There's authority in what we say. What we say, we believe. What we believe, we act on. So we want to make sure that the things that we're saying out of our mouths, we're not coming into agreement with anything that we don't agree with. I'm never going to say, oh, I'm so broke. I'm not broke. Not broke. My head is killing me. Oh, I can't handle this anymore. Nobody likes me. All this negative self-talk that we do. No, sorry, baby. Not around here. I had to correct my daughters. I had to correct my daughters because they like this song. I don't know what the song is, but it's the one where they like, it feels like somebody's watching me or anxiety is watching me, something along those lines. And I'm like, first of all, y'all are too young to even know what anxiety is, but you're calling these things to yourself and you don't even recognize it. When you say something, oh, I ain't mean it like that, the enemy does not care how you meant what you said. He heard what you said because he's laying in wait, trying to see who he can manipulate, who he can attack. And at the end of the day, what you say is the ammunition that the enemy has to use against you. When you start saying things like, oh, nobody cares about me, he starts to magnify in your life the people that don't care about you. Correct. Speak life, not death. When you say, "Oh, I can never catch a break," all of a sudden, every place that you were not catching a break is where your focus is. So you have to remove that focus. And it says, how do you suppose that what you say is worth anything when you're so foul minded? You have to renew your mind. You have to be able to come into a place where you're not thinking these bad thoughts about yourself, these bad thoughts about your life. Even when you say, oh, I've heard people say, so the scripture that I said earlier, I was singing it earlier, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And everybody knows that part of the scripture, but sometimes we forget what comes after the comma. And after the comma in that same verse, it says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And every tongue that rises up against me, I shall condemn. And sometimes we are that tongue that we need to condemn. We need to condemn our own tongues. Because if we say something like, oh man, it would be so nice to buy a house, but so expensive. I'm not sure if I could afford it. You literally just spoke against the thing that you said you were believing for or the thing that you said you wanted. You have to stop condemning your own self. So what we say matters. And so that was the Message translation. I want to read it in the NIV translation. I showed you I have both my Bibles with me right now. So I'm going to read it in the NIV translation. 36 and 37 says, but I tell you that everyone will have to give account on the day of judgment for every empty word they have spoken. For by your words you will be acquitted, and by your words you will be condemned. On the day of judgment, you're going to have to give account for every empty word that you spoke. Why are we speaking empty words? Why are we out here saying things that don't align with what we want in our lives? You are responsible for the things that you say. And when you stop and you think about, how this world has taught us, oh, seeing is believing. No, seeing is not believing because I walk by faith and not by sight. This world has manipulated the way that we think so that it can manipulate the way that we speak so that we can stop speaking life over ourselves. I'm here to help you correct that. I'm here to let you know that there is a better way. Get into your word and then stand on your word. So, thanks for pulling up to Dearest Father community. This was just a quick scripture breakdown for you guys. If you are not already on the mailing list, the link will be in my description. Join the mailing list. We have a lot of fun over here. Just honoring, glorifying God, learning His Word. I love to stand on Scripture because I see how it can impact and change your life. Yeah. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.